Hello, my gods and goddesses, and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be talking about how acting different and talking different makes you white. And happy Black History Month. So let's get into it. So as I was growing up, I got told that I was an Oreo. I got told a lot of things. I got told I was stuck up. I was told that people thought I was too good to talk to other, I was too good to talk to other kids, or all that stupid stuff I had growing up. But the one thing I had growing up was, I got called an Oreo. I got called, a lot of stuff. I was said to be the most whitest black girl that people ever hung out with. And my thing is this, that is not a compliment, it is a freaking insult. Okay? Just because I'm not sitting up here with your stereotypical mindset of how you thought I would be doesn't mean I am. No, it's not an insult. It's actually very degrading, it's damaging, and it's very toxic to even think that about me. My thing is this, just because you talk differently, just because you do things that you would not see another black kid or another black person do, does not make you white. It does not. Okay? It makes you you. Okay? And I, for one, would like to basically just be in a world where people will not think that black people are just one dimensional, like we're just a monolith, like we all do the same thing. I would just like for that to happen. There are black people who stereotype other black people too, like, just because, this black person isn't acting the way you thought they was gonna act, they're like, oh, you're one of them Oreo black people. Oh, you're like the whitest black person I've ever, met. You don't like to listen to this. You don't like to listen to that. You don't like to do this. You don't like to do that. It gets very annoying. Okay, it's not a compliment. It's actually an insult. It's very damaging because I've seen people tell other black kids this as well, that them talking differently makes them white. And I would like for basically black people to stop saying that just because you talk differently, just because you do things differently, makes you white, especially towards black kids. It's damaging. It's very damaging, and it's toxic. Very, very toxic. Because I saw this, it was on the news one time. It was local news. How this black kid, she actually got an award. Because, the class was handing out awards in the class. And this was actually a real news, it was a real news article on the local news. This black kid, she got an award for basically, it said, for basically being, she got an award for being the most whitest black kid in the classroom. And she did not like that at all. And this is in middle school, may I add. This was in middle school. Because in middle school you get awards for, being best dressed or, perfect attendance. No. Sis got an award for being the whitest black kid in the classroom. Her mom was just not having it. She's just like, what does this mean? So my daughter can't be just different? Y'all gotta add other stuff on top of it. So that's that stuff I'm talking about. Like, I just don't like that. And, the daughter felt some type of way. I mean, I would too. Imagine in middle school getting an award for basically being the whitest black kid in the classroom. Imagine getting an award for that. That's not an accomplishment. That's actually an insult. If people don't understand that, it's actually an insult. Okay? Why can't you just say, "Oh, she's different," or she's just her. She's you. That's her. She's different from other people. Why do people gotta add different things? Like, just say that she's different. She's unique. she's her, and that's it, and keep it pushing. No, other people want to add other stuff to it, like Oreo and all this other stuff, or the weird black kid, all the other goofy stuff that people want to add on. My thing is this, like, I'm different because I am different. I always knew that I was different from other black kids in the school, okay? And others like me. So, I got called an Oreo a lot growing up. I'm just like, I don't even care because this is who I am. I annoyed about it for years. At this point now, I just don't even care. I'm just like, I mean, what are we in high school? What are we in middle school? Like, let's just stop. Let's stop for a minute. Let's stop the madness. Let's stop telling other black kids, especially other black people, that they're weird, that they're Oreos, or they're white, they're quote unquote white, for doing things that you wouldn't do and stuff like that. My thing is this: if you ever felt, if you felt like this now, if you are feeling like this now, don't feel like what those people are saying is right. No, they are not right. You are different. You are you. You do what you want to do, okay? Just because you're a black goth, just because you wear goth clothes, just because you're punk goth, all that stuff, that doesn't mean that you're white. It means you're you. Just because you listen to different types of music, it does not make you white. It does not. Just because you like to cosplay doesn't make you a weirdo. And it makes you you. Just because you like to watch anime, just because you like to read manga, does not make you weird. Because let's be real, there were black people that were picked on for liking anime. There were black people that were picked on for reading manga and cosplaying. And it was so high school, because now there's such a rise in reading manga and watching anime that everybody watches anime now. So, and people who used to make fun of black kids for watching manga, for reading manga, for watching anime, so high school, and those, them black kids got made fun of. And, sometimes they never get over it. And I realized that a long time ago, that black kids that got made fun of for watching anime or reading manga, they don't get over it. And my thing is this: you need to get some help. I'm sorry, there are some women in my anime group that have never gotten over the fact that they got picked on in high school. And it could be like a simple post about, it could be a simple post about something, and these women would just come out the woodworks and just say that, oh, these people are not real anime fans and blah, blah, blah. Basically gatekeeping. I'm like, no, y'all need to keep that gatekeeping stuff somewhere else. We don't gatekeep over here. Did we just talk about this? Like, there's just too many gatekeeping people as it is. I don't need it from y'all either. And these are all black women. I don't need it from y'all too. Okay? Whatever y'all dealt with in high school, leave that mess in high school. Go get some professional help, because you should not be holding on to stuff that happened in high school, okay? That post was not to put up your personal feelings on. It was a simple post, y'all. See, that's how I know some of these women never gotten over it, or they've never actually let it go. And I feel like, if you can't let it go, if you can't move on, you need to go get some professional help. Because my thing is, you can't hold on to stuff like that. It's not healthy. Okay, and some of these be grown women that have kids and are married, that be holding on to stuff in high school. I'm just like, y'all too grown for that. Y'all have kids. Y'all too grown to be holding on to stuff in high school. Y'all need to let that go. Cause trust me, all them kids that messed with you in high school for watching anime and reading manga, they grown up now. They grown up. They probably watch anime too. They probably read manga too. So let's stop. Okay, let's let that go. It's not healthy. Okay, and I told some of them that I think some of you guys need professional help because it's not healthy. And I kind of understand why they get so mad at the people who picked on them now all of a sudden they like anime and watch and reading manga because they got picked on. They was all seen as like the weird black chick or the weird black kid in school reading manga and watching anime. Now they're reading and watching manga and anime. And my thing is this: we're all grown adults at the end of the day. Let's just stop. Okay, ain't no reason to hold on stuff from high school. There ain't no reason to hold all that in. I understand where they were coming from, but at the same time, like, they should have let that stuff go a long time ago. It wasn't even worth holding on to. So, like, back to the topic at hand, like, I just wish, like, for once that we would be seen in a different light, especially for black women, because let's be real, throughout history, in the media, we were always seen in a particular light. We were always seen as the single mother, the pass around, the loud mouth. We were always seen as, the quote unquote the sassy black chick. We're always seen as, the black chick that's always on drugs, all this other stuff. And, we're always, in relationships in the media and movies and TV shows. Black women were always in relationships with men that were trash, men that be doing drugs, all this other stuff. I'm just like, come on, man. Can we get some different for once? Can we get something different that don't make black women look so horrible? That don't make black people look horrible? And then the worst thing about it, guys, it be black directors and producers in Hollywood, and they be portraying us so bad in the media, and we look so crazy. And I'm just like, sometimes you can't even depend on the people that even look like you sometimes, because I'm just like, y'all have the power to make us completely and look different in a different light, but some of them choose not to, because let's be real, stereotypes for black people, it makes more money. It makes certain people comfortable looking at us like that, looking at us in a particular stereotypical way. Because if you're not seen as the stereotypical black girl, let's be real, Hollywood don't want nothing to do with you. There's so many good artists like Ari Lennox and No Name and so many other different artists that haven't even blown up yet, because they're not over sexualized, because they're not the stereotype that certain people in Hollywood are looking for. So then they just pass them right on by. They just pass them up. How it's crazy. I still have not heard any new music from Normani yet. Haven't heard any new music from SZA, any nobody like that. No, I haven't heard any new music from Ariana Lennox or No Name, all that other stuff, because those women don't fit a stereotype. If you're not hypersexualized, if you're not taking off your clothes, if you're not twerking, all this other stuff, they don't want nothing to do with you. They want nothing to do with you, and that's how they be seeing black women. If you're not seen as a stereotype, they don't want nothing to do with you. If you're a black man, if you're not a stereotype, they don't want nothing to do with you. They will pass you up, toss you to the side, and look for somebody else. That's how they've been doing it for years. Like, in order to even make it into Hollywood, sometimes it happens, but most of the time, 99.99% of the time, you gotta fit a stereotype. Otherwise, they don't want nothing to do with you. If you are a black woman trying to make it into the music industry, it's hard. It is hard. Unless you are hypersexualized, you are not going to make it. And it's sad. It's really sad. Especially when you're not a stereotype. Especially if you are different. If you don't like taking off your clothes and stuff like that. They don't want nothing to do with you. All this other stuff. Okay? Not to say that the other women who are like sexualized in the music industry, like Megan Thee Stallion or Lizzo and stuff like that, because trust me, those women make great music, okay? They make great music, okay? And I like them, but at the same time, it'd be different if we had different types of black women that weren't sexualized in the media. Like, the media always tries to push black women to be and to look like in their eyes. So the change starts with you. Just like a wise person once said, if you want change, it always starts with you. Okay? And that's why in the future of this channel, I want to have different types of black characters. Because, even though I don't have my own show, even though I don't have my own movie, like at least like in The Sims of some sort, I can create different black characters who don't fit a stereotype of different black people of all kinds. Okay, I just wish that black people, black kids, black women and girls were all seen differently. We will not be seen as one dimensional or seen as a one monolith, like we all do the same stuff, we all do this and that, and we're all different. Just because you listen to Chemical Romance and Blood on the Dance Floor, it doesn't mean you're a weirdo. It means you got different taste in music. Just because you read manga, just because you watch anime, doesn't make you a weirdo. It just means that you're different. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with being weird. Like, I'm weird too. Embrace your weirdness, okay? And just because you like to cosplay doesn't mean that you're an Oreo. It means that you're different. And just because you talk and do things differently doesn't make you an Oreo. Okay? It doesn't make you white. It means you're different. Okay? I think that's what people really need to realize, that people don't realize how damaging and toxic that mindset is. Like calling other black kids Oreos and calling them white because they speak with intellect, because they don't speak how the way you would think a black person or a black kid would speak. Not all black kids speak in slang and stuff like that. Not all black kids speak how the way other people would think they should speak. It's like, no, because we got black people that stereotype other black people all the time. It happens all the time. Okay? And it sucks. It really does. But my thing is this: don't be letting those people get you down. Okay? Okay, if you are weird, then embrace it. There's nothing wrong with being weird. There's nothing wrong with being different. Having different taste in style, having different taste in music, okay? That just makes who you are as a person, okay? And you have to embrace that. You don't water yourself down for other people because they don't like what you do. And I think that's why I wish I grew up watching way more black shows, because I've watched a lot of shows growing up. I haven't had any shows that I could connect to. The only two black shows I know I had growing up was That's So Raven and Sister Sister, and I liked those shows. And That's So Raven, Sister Sister, in my opinion, one of the best shows on Disney. Besides Lizzie McGuire, one of the best shows on Disney. Okay? So, I actually was so glad as a kid that I can look at the screen and I'm like, she looks really like me. And people don't realize representation is so important, especially for black kids, especially for, who are actually different from others, especially for black women and girls who are different. Like, how many people that I wish I discovered that are exactly like me? How many black, women around my age who are just as weird and quirky as I got whole channels, my guy, and I wish I discovered them a long time ago, especially on YouTube. Okay, because there weren't a lot of people I can relate to on YouTube. These women relate to me on so many levels. I'm like, where were you when I was in high school? Where were you? I was looking for you. So anyway, that's it for this video. Like I said before, you are who you are. Being who you are, doing things differently and talking differently doesn't make you an Oreo. It doesn't make you white. It just means you're you. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise, okay? There should be more diverse personalities, more diversity in black people, personality wise, different taste in style and music. Nobody shouldn't be shamed. Nobody shouldn't be, put in a box, okay? Because they don't fit what you think they are. They are who they are, period. So, that is it for this video. There will be more Goddess Speaks videos coming up in the near future. Okay? So let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions about this video? Like I said, I'm going to be doing so many projects this year for my channel. I can't tell you guys all the projects because I change my mind all the time, like 2, 3, 4, 10 times. I am so indecisive. As a Libra, I'm so indecisive. I can never agree to one thing. So, the Bachelorette finale, I already have that recorded, guys. That's coming up this week. And yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for listening. Later, my gods and goddesses. And have a wonderful day. Bye.